Ethan Pasco.
Ethan? Sam?
Jake.
All right, nice to meet you.
Nice to
Ethan,
meet you.
Sam, Jake. All
Yeah.
right, cool. So, did you guys all vote last year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And what decided your vote last year? Like, what really put it down for you all?
Who was more trustworthy?
Who was more trustworthy? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell me more about that? Like, what do you mean by trustworthy? What inspires that?
Trump is much more transparent, and an illustration of that is you see how illustration of transparency.
You can keep it right here.
You see how many interviews Trump did versus how many interviews Kamala didn't do.
Yeah. Okay.
How many she declined.
Got it.
So, Trump isn't afraid to be who he is. Kamala clearly had a lot of things to hide, and she was afraid to speak to the cameras.
For me, it was competence. President Trump's extremely smart and intelligent. You can look at his own business, his own life, what he's done. When he talks, he speaks with authority. He knows what he's talking about. And I felt like with Kamala Harris, what Jacob was saying, there were some questions, softball questions, that she really couldn't articulate what she was saying at all. And I really do believe with President Trump, he knows what he's talking about. He speaks with authority, and that's why I voted for him. That was the big difference. This guy's competent. He's competent to handle a country of 350 million people. We should be able to find the best of the best, the brightest of the brightest, with a country as great as ours. And with Kamala Harris, I didn't think that was the right fit.
Yeah, just like right here.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
What they said too, and he just feels more real. Like it's not fake what he's saying. He believes what he's saying, and it doesn't feel scripted.
Okay, I love that. So, I'm 27, and I would assume you guys are under 40.
All under 30.
Okay, well that's even better. All right. So I think something that's been really worrying for our generation is just home ownership, and having a stable career enough to retire in time. You know what I mean? So what do you think is going to change with this new administration?
I think it'll be easier to earn, keep, and create wealth under Trump versus it would be much harder to earn, keep, and create wealth under the Kamala Harris administration.
Why do you think that is?
What I think that is opportunity, investment in America, bringing jobs back from overseas to American soil. And you know what? There's confidence is really a powerful thing.
Yeah.
I see, looking around DC today, a lot of confidence and optimism in people. Confidence and optimism translates into wealth, really. I mean, translates into just a better country overall. I think people had a very pessimistic view of the next 4 years if Kamala would have won. But right now, I feel a lot of optimism right now when
Jake,
people
right?
talk to. Yeah.
All right, what is it that you do, man?
I do graphic design and video work.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about you, Ethan?
What do I do, or do you want me to answer that?
Home
Answer
ownership.
that first. Not just what do you think is going to change with the
Yeah, I think.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Bye bye. Come and go with me to my father's house.
Yeah, I think there will be a lot more confidence. I think interest rates will go down.
Okay.
I'm not an economist by any means. I got a B- in economics in college, but
Better than me.
not even understanding that fully. I know Trump surrounds himself with the smartest and the brightest, so I do think the economy is going to kind of come back to normalcy in the next few years. I think the price of groceries is going to come down. I'm a single guy. I go to Publix and I drop $120 without even trying. That's with a few energy drinks, steak.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Seattle, man. I get you.
Yeah. I think definitely cheaper food prices and just more confidence in the economy is coming.
Am I answering the same thing?
Yeah, if you want to, or you can just say whatever you want off the bat.
I feel like everything just feels more stable. Stability is a big thing that comes from Trump.
I don't know.
Says what he means and he's going to act upon it. And I feel like with the Biden administration, you kind of never really knew who was pulling the ropes or what was going to happen.
I think there's a lot of perceptions, right? Like a lot of this is like how things are being perceived, right? So like, what are you like most hopeful for then? I think personally, like, what are you most hopeful for in the next 4 years?
Well, perceptions do translate to reality.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence that Hamas released hostages yesterday after a war that's been going on for a year and a half. It's no coincidence that the day before Trump was inaugurated, that this war is trying to a close. They didn't want any part of that. So yes, it is perception, but that perception causes people to act in a way that Trump is leading us towards.
Got it.
You asked Jake what he does. I'm a law enforcement analyst, and so specifically I look at narcotics and the flow of drugs into our country. Fentanyl killed 75,000 Americans last year. Heroin, cocaine killed another 25,000
Hold on.
Americans.
They're
So
doing an
today, in
interview.
his inaugural speech, President Trump said, "I'm declaring Mexican cartels terrorist organization." That gives me great hope that all of the tens of thousands of Americans, that many of them die because they're struggling with an addiction, and these cartels are pushing these narcotics, day after day into our country. And so I love that President Trump sees that evil, sees the enemy that's coming from Central and South America, where most of these drugs are manufactured, and he's all in on fighting that.
I'd be down.
What was the question?
What are you most hopeful for personally in the next 4 years?
Safety and stability, and for TikTok to stay.
That is on the agenda, is what I heard.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, thank you so much. Is there anything that you want to ask us?
Yeah, what's the name of your organization? Where can we find this interview maybe?
Yeah, so we're from Common Power.
Common Power.
Common Power, yes. Just like right.
Okay.
I think pick it all up.
Okay.
So we're from Common Power. We're a voting rights organization, and we do push for candidates that advance voting rights or try to expand it. And for us, that's been thrown down with Democratic candidates over the last 4 years. So you can search up commonpower.org, and you'll find what we do.
Great.
And our YouTube, we're all on all the socials. That's probably where clips of these things will just pop up, as well as
Cool.
other things that we've done over the day.
Yeah,
Very cool.
and feel
Thank
free
you.
to use our name and where we're from. So
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, really
Appreciate it.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys.